You've probably been told to shake these hand warmers to keep them warm, but why? If you take a look, there are several small holes lining these packets. Those are important to let oxygen in that's all around us and flow throughout the packet to create a spontaneous chemical reaction. When oxygen molecules interact with iron powder that's inside, what is produced from this reaction is just rust, according to Dr. Pomager.
Hand warmers that we use now are just metallic iron reacting with oxygen to make iron oxide, which is essentially what rust is.
So the more you keep shaking these hand warmers, the more oxygen you have flowing throughout the packet, which will ultimately keep producing iron rust and give off heat. Now that heat indicates that this is an exothermic reaction. Dr. Pomager explained that all chemicals have an inherent amount of energy depending on their state of matter or chemical makeup. In an exothermic reaction, the reactants, the chemicals you are starting with, have a higher energy than what is produced, or the products. In our situation, the reactants are the iron and oxygen, while the iron oxide, or rust, is the product.
The energy for the just plain old iron and the oxygen in the air is at a higher level than the energy level is for the rust. So in order to, make sure energy is conserved overall, that gap between the two is what is the heat given off.
Now, if you are curious, along with the iron powder that's found inside, there's also salt and water. In addition to that, there are two other important ingredients known as an activated carbon and vermiculite. That activated carbon evenly disperses the heat across the packet, while that vermiculite, or sometimes charcoal, has another job.
And part of the function of either the charcoal or the vermiculite is to help evenly spread out the iron everywhere, but also to control the amount of water.
Before I go, I want to leave you with something fun. If you open up your hand warmers and you dump them out on a sheet of paper, you'll find all the iron filings and powder inside. The iron is actually magnetic, and it's one of the only elements on Earth to do this. We'll start to see a lot of those iron filings start to attach to our magnet and stick. So just another fact for you in this David's Discovery. I hope you have a great day and you learned something new.